You're going to get used to me saying this phrase. The holidays, guys, are just around the corner. So when you're entertaining, you want to make sure you have a recipe to wow your crowd. Today, Jessica Sanders, owner of Drinkwell, which has been here for 13 years, pretty impressive, is teaching us how to make her punch recipe, and it comes with a little history as well, which I'm excited about. Jessica, good morning.
Hi, Rosie. Thank you so much.
Let's talk about Drinkwell. You've been in that space for over a decade. Tell us a little bit about what it is you offer.
So Drinkwell is one of Austin's most established and most awarded cocktail bars, which we are very proud of. We're tucked in the North Loop neighborhood. And as you said, we've been there knocking on 13 years, which is wonderful. We're a pretty small, cozy, intimate space. Great date night, great happy hour, just nice, chill, upscale cocktails, but neighborly vibes.
Wonderful. And if someone stops by in the next couple of months, they might notice a few differences, right?
Yeah, we're in the middle of a little bit of a facelift. We're getting some fresh furniture, some fresh artwork, just to give the space a little zhuzh.
That's very exciting.
Yeah.
So if you've seen it before, you're going to have to stop by again.
Yes, exactly right.
Sounds like a plan to me. Okay, punch is something that you do. This one that you brought us today, what's this one called?
So this is our Fish House Punch. This is on our fall menu, and we typically will bring a punch recipe out every now and then, but they're especially great this time of year.
Sure.
Because we're getting into holiday season, especially people are bringing larger groups in or they're entertaining at home, and so punch is a really delicious and efficient way to serve a great cocktail to a lot of people all at once.
Yeah, and it's kind of fun. Everybody's sharing in the same drink together kind of thing,
Yeah.
even though you've made it really easy by just coming from one.
Yes.
You're not having to make the drink every single time for every single person who orders
Yeah,
it,
that's
which is
exactly right.
excellent. So tell me about the history of Fish House, which I asked you, why that name?
Yeah, so this is a punch that dates back to, depending on the source, 1700s.
Whoa.
Yeah, and so the Schuylkill Gun and Rod Club or Fishing Club, just outside of what is now known as Philadelphia. This is a recipe that is rumored to have originated there. And so sometimes you'll see it in old cocktail books as the Philadelphia Fish House Punch. We just call it the Fish House Punch recipe. And it's a pretty straightforward build, and it actually is a perfect example of what a classic punch is, because a classic punch is really just 5 components. It's spirit, sugar, citrus, a little bit of spice, and water, and the water is usually coming from ice.
Oh my, I just learned so much in 30 seconds from you. Okay, let's talk about the build of the punch. You say there are a couple of extra things in there, so let's talk through the
Sure.
ingredients.
So very forgiving recipe for a Fish House Punch.
Okay. We appreciate that.
Yeah, it's really versatile. So for our spirits, we use cognac and
Okay.
a dark Jamaican rum. But you could certainly swap out the brandy component for bourbon if you were more of a whiskey person. That would also be delicious. You want to use a good quality peach liqueur or peach brandy.
Okay.
And then the spice element is coming from Angostura bitters. So
Okay.
bitters are great. They're kind of like the salt and pepper for cocktails. They just add a little seasoning, tamp down the sweetness a touch, and then add a little bit of that cinnamon, nutmeg, clove energy.
I can tell
Right?
that you're an expert at this.
Yeah,
Okay, so all of
I'm
these
trying.
things go in.
And then for the citrus and sugar component, this is what I think makes a punch really sing. This is a lemon shrub or a lemon cordial. We make a great lime cordial in-house at Drinkwell. It goes in a few of our cocktails, but for punches, a lemon cordial is great. It's super easy to make. It's just sugar and lemon peels. And
Okay.
so you'll peel your lemons over the sugar and you'll let it sit. You'll cover it, you'll let it sit. A mason jar is great for this project. You could also do it in a Ziploc bag.
Does
and
it
that's
need to
great.
be airtight?
No, it doesn't need to be airtight, but you'll put your peels and your sugar in your container. You might want to give it like a little muddle just to kind of get it going.
Okay.
And then you'll let it sit, and what happens is that as the peels sit in the sugar, all of those delicious oils that are in the skins are going to leach out of the peels. And this is one that I started this morning. This
Sure.
is one that I started yesterday.
Oh, okay, it's
So-
already kind of doing its job.
Yeah, and so you'll see that now the sugar's gone to work on the lemons, and now what you have is this really delicious concentrated cordial. You can use some of the juice from the skins or from the fruit that you peeled to put it in there to boost up the tartness a little bit and maybe help the drink not be quite so sweet. But this is great. You can have these in your fridge ready to go, and usually whenever you're going to make a punch, you just pull out your jar, pull out your baggie, and you've got, think of it kind of as a sophisticated sweet and sour mix.
Okay.
Without the chemicals.
Sure.
And it's perfectly balanced.
I'm
right?
kind of thinking of it as a sourdough starter. It's something that you kind of keep on hand and you're
Yeah.
like, we need to use a little bit.
That's
How
right.
long does it last once you start making it?
I mean, sugar's a great preservative, so you can keep this in your fridge once you've strained it out for probably 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay, all right, that's good to know. All right, I want to make sure that I talk about drinks and food because,
Yeah.
of course, you guys are a great neighborhood drink bar, but you've also got delicious eats.
We've got a full kitchen. We're a from-scratch kitchen, so fantastic menu of bar snacks and shareables, a full dinner menu if you're trying to come in for dinner. And yeah, it's something to keep you well-fed while you're drinking well.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, I have to leave it there, but I know you guys do to-go sales for both cocktails and food, so just a quick mention for everybody.
Yeah, of course. So the Fish House Punch is part of our fall to-go sales. We do cocktails and food online. You don't want to do all this, you don't want to make the shrub, no problem. We sell large bottles of punch. You can order it from us and just choose your time, come pick it up. We'll have it ready for you along with all the garnishes packed up, and then you can just put it in your bowl at home and get ready to party.
Makes it easy. We appreciate it. Thank you, Jessica. All right, guys, learn more at drinkwelllaustin.com.